Testing 1, 2. Test your mic.
Testing 1, 2.
Testing.
Thanos.
Yeah. They don't have wireless chargers anymore? Or like they don't have wireless, they haven't invented wireless chargers?
Yeah, but they have to be stationed somewhere.
They have to be on the charger.
Yeah, they have to be on the charger.
Yeah. It's not like Bluetooth, you just be walking around with and it's getting charged, like you know what I'm saying?
I have my power bank. I use
But I mean, like, imagine having like just something plugged
Yeah.
into the wall and then it's just giving out like electrical currents, and then
well, that's what Elon Musk wants to do with free Wi-Fi for the whole world.
Tesla, he invented all that shit. That's why he calls his company Tesla, or he doesn't call it Tesla, but like the car he made, named it after Tesla. He's like the modern day Tesla. Dude.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs was the modern day Thomas Edison.
He wants to go to space. He created SpaceX. He wanted fucking fuel-efficient cars. He created Tesla. Yeah. He wants to go to Mars.
God damn, wasn't expecting that. You guys ready?
Crazy.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rap and Filo show, featuring our good friend who's always with us, Mike. Say hello, Michael.
I'm always around.
For anyone who's listening, for our subscribers, we didn't put an episode out last week, and that's because we were actually out of town.
Fresno.
We wanted to, we went to Fresno.
It was so exciting.
And we wanted to do a podcast out there. That's not why we went out there, but we wanted to do one out there, but it didn't pan out that way because we got a little too litty at our scheduled events. And so we missed last week, so we decided to just give it a week and regroup. So now we're back. Hopefully you guys didn't miss us too much. Cue the audience. Yeah. So we went to Fresno. Why did we go to Fresno?
Watch my cousin box.
Yeah, we want. What was your cousin? Oh, Joel Diaz. So Mike's cousin is a professional boxer, right?
Fighting for
maybe now. I don't
he
know.
gets paid to box.
Yeah,
so that makes him a professional.
For Top Rank.
So we went to.
I mean, he's fought under Showtime Boxing too as well.
That's true.
I've seen him fight on Showtime. We saw him fight on Showtime last time.
Yeah, no, but
when
Top Rank
did okay? So
I think they were promoting that one, but I'm not sure who he's fighting with. Yeah. Garcia.
When did
boxing,
your cousin start fighting?
Man, I remember seeing him here by Lincoln High School.
Because you were saying that he never did anything except box his whole life.
I remember being like 12 years old, 11 years old, and he's 3 years younger than me, and he was boxing.
Damn, really? So he wasn't even like 10 years old yet.
He had like the headset, the crotch.
The crotch.
He had the crotch.
The crotch safety.
Yeah.
And he
need that crotch safety.
It was crazy. Yeah, since I think I've seen him fight more times outside of the ring than inside.
Oh,
the ring.
really?
Because in Palmdale, because he lived there most of his life too.
Yeah.
He's a brawler.
Oh man, yeah, that guy got down.
A lot. Damn, why? Cool. Hey, man, you know what they say? Turn your hobbies into your career. Is how he was beating fools up.
Yeah. If it made him feel nice.
But so we didn't even see the fight.
You guys didn't.
Should I?
Let's explain why we didn't see the fight.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go through the trip. So we went to Fresno. It was like a 4-hour drive. We got there the night before. We hung out at the hotel. We had dinner.
Wait, Tahoe Joe's though.
We went to Tahoe. Okay, we went to a place called Tahoe Joe's for dinner, which is like some
delicious.
sort of. It's like a home style steak chicken place. But all their waitresses were blonde and had blue eyes. Every single waitress.
It was weird. Almost.
Every single waitress.
Okay,
it was
now
like,
it's almost.
They were like.
They
were like Hitler's youth.
What the fuck?
Blonde and white. Yeah.
They were what Hitler
like
wanted. If Hitler would have started a restaurant, it would have been Tahoe Joe's.
Yeah.
No, the previous one was in the front, and she was a brunette.
Right, the hostess. But the hostesses are always brunette. They make sure.
Why?
That's not a fact.
Because brunettes are lesser than blondes, according to Tahoe Joe, who's a Nazi
organization.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, but so Tahoe Joe's was cool, but the best part was the next day. The next day.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Then so the next day.
Okay, so the next day we go to the arena, and we get there. We're smoking weed.
we get there a little too early.
And so I didn't
It's
even.
funny how we got there early.
We got there really
on
early.
time.
Well, no, because he fought it. He fought at what? Well, he ended up fighting at 1.
It wasn't a specific time. It's because all those other fights previously were just ending
they were
early.
just
so
preliminaries,
yeah, so they were ending
Right.
early, and they just got the other fights out quickly.
So he was a preliminary.
Yeah.
Because he went on like early, like 1 o'clock. So
No, it was a.
I told you guys
Almost
what
2,
happened with the.
maybe?
I told you what happened with the Ferrari,
No,
right?
like 1:30
with the
maybe.
Ferrari.
Yeah, remember we parked by the Ferrari.
Okay, so
Oh,
we
that's-
drove
yeah,
in.
So
that's
we
right.
drove in.
The
We
black
drove
one,
in.
the black Ferrari.
We paid for
No, it wasn't a
parking.
Ferrari. It was a Lamborghini.
It was a Lamborghini. There
Yeah.
you go.
Ah, yes.
The black.
We
Lambo.
drive in. We pay $10 for parking, and we have a bong. We have the bong, and we
It's been the
park.
bomb.
And Mike and Felipe get out of the car, and I want to smoke more weed because I'm on vacay. I'm like, I want to get really, really fucking high.
Vacay in Fresno.
So-
What do? We went to go get tickets.
You
right?
guys,
We went to go buy
you
the
guys went to the
tickets.
box
We went
office.
we were in line.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay behind. You guys go to the box office.
Uh-huh.
So we're parking, and we park by the Lamborghini. So and you guys leave. So I'm sitting there in the Lamborghini, and I'm smoking. I start hitting the bong. You know, it's a big bong. It's not a small bong.
Yeah.
it's a
It's
big.
not a big bomb.
But
Nah,
it's
travel size.
It's what
It's-
2
It's
feet.
maybe like
No, it's like a
It's
foot and a
like-
half.
it's
A
like
foot and a half.
two Evan Williams bottles of the.
It's like foot and a half.
Foot and a
Yeah,
half. Still,
yeah.
that's a
Foot
pretty
long.
like
foot long sub.
to. It's not something.
your mouth.
It's not really made for car travel.
You guys made it work. You guys made it work.
Well, you know, we're stoners. Stoners are naturally.
It's funny about that bong.
ingenuitive.
In the back seats of the car, they have the cup holders on the door.
You
Uh-huh.
put it there.
It fits perfectly, just like in the.
I saw
Right.
that when I went to the car to get my phone when we first got there, and I saw that I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
So convenient.
Yeah. Anyway, you were saying so you were lighting up the bong.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to be like incognito. So parking next to the Lamborghini was like the worst idea, because
Check so much.
I'm sitting there, right?
Everyone looks at it.
And the windows are not tinted or anything, so you can see me. I'm just sitting there. I'm hitting the bong. I'm trying to be like incognito, and so I hit the bong, and then I like put it down real quick, and I like, and I like, spray some cologne or whatever. So I'm sitting there thinking like I'm cool, and this car pulls up like a little in front of me, and the doors open, and like 5 kids get out. From ages 5 to maybe like 9, the oldest. And they get out, and one of them looks over at me, and they look at the Lamborghini, and they point, and they go, "Whoa!" I can't hear them. I'm just looking at
Yeah.
their mouth, this like, "Oh my God!" And all the kids run over to the Lamborghini and start like crowding around it. And I'm sitting there like high as fuck, just like standing there, just like, ugh. So then whoever, like their aunt or whoever was with them, she walks over and starts taking photos of the Lamborghini, and the kids are like posing in front of the Lamborghini, and I'm just
So the parents are
standing-
like encouraging.
yeah,
all
and
this-
like that shit smelled,
yeah.
and I'm just sitting there, so I start getting really, really, really paranoid, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like this is so obvious, and like I'm gonna get like fuck, mind you, it's California, they're not gonna do shit.
Yeah.
I can still write.
But I
the
still
ticket.
got parent.
They
I
give you a ticket.
still remember the
Confiscate it,
time
break the
when you could
glass.
get in trouble for having weed.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I still have that like paranoia in my mind. So I back. So I turn the car on, and I back up because behind the
It was
Lamborghini
empty.
Yeah.
was a humongous truck that
That's
would have
right.
made way more sense to park up, because it would have blocked me and no one would have saw me. But for some reason, I'm
The
like,
Lamborghini-
the
Well,
I
Lamborghini-
remember.
so
I
much
remember we
attention.
pulled in and we were like, "Where do we park?" And then Mike was
said-
like, "Look at the Lamborghini parked
Yeah,
over there."
and I was even like, hell yeah, the Lamborghini, fuck yeah. So I back up. I hit the mic. I back up, and as I back up, and I'm like, as I back up, the bong's on the floor where the pedals are,
shit.
and I back up, and I saw, and the bong falls over,
Oh,
and the water
man.
spills. And I'm like, ah!
Oh shit!
I didn't smell them. We went back to the
I know. I was like,
I was so
like,
drunk, though.
fuck. So
Damn,
then
you didn't mention none of that.
Yeah,
I didn't tell you guys that.
No, you didn't. Because I remember we
It was
walked
so
over the
cold, I
food.
forgot instantly.
That is funny. Because even if you don't like the Lamborghini, it attracts so much attention. You're like, who's that asshole who drives that car? It's
Yeah, and it was
even if
like,
you don't like
be
it,
an
it's
asshole.
it had like a weird like purple tint. It was nice. It was a nice car.
It was a nice.
You
car.
don't need to like that car for it to catch your
No,
attention.
but the best part was Felipe, dude.
Oh, getting. Margaritas, man. Patron margaritas.
Yeah, I don't know why you got margarita.
He
Okay,
convinced
so-
me. He was like, "All right, this is the route
So-
we're
No,
taking."
we looked at the bar when we got in there, and I remember seeing margaritas. I'm like, damn, $10.
But they didn't have anything else.
No, they had
No,
they had the Metallica beer. I tried the Metallica beer.
It was
But
But they didn't
man.
have any
It
other
was
type
alright.
of liquor.
No, it was either Patron. They did have whiskey,
Uh-huh.
but for some reason I just didn't. I think if I would have had the whiskey, I might have just sipped.
There's
it.
something about a margarita that like, even though it's kind of like a fruity drink, you know what I mean?
Get you
Yeah.
fucked up, man.
That shit'll fuck you up.
not only-
Most mixed drinks will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, hold
Tequila,
on.
I
Before
think
we
that
get into
just-
before we get into
Tequila
that,
in
'cause
general.
I think because I don't know most of the story,
but
I think it's a long story. So get to
Okay,
let
so
the audience know why
I'll
we
just-
missed Mikey's.
okay,
cousin.
so we go to Mike's fight. We get there at 11:30. We buy our tickets at the box office, and we're told that the doors open at 12:30. Mike's cousin fights at 2 p.m. Right?
Yeah.
So we go. So we got some time to kill. So we walk over across the street from the arena.
Like
Is
a
like a
plaza,
plaza. There's
movie
like a Cold
theater,
Stone, a
Cold
movie
Stone.
theater. There's a couple restaurants. So we go to a restaurant. These guys order some beers. I get some food.
you got
We're
wait, you got ice cream.
I just got some ice cream. I don't see why that matters, but yes.
And you went to
Ice cream
Cold
first
Stone.
I
before
had ice
food.
cream.
Yeah, he got the ice cream first.
And then
And
fish
then
Yes.
he met
Mind
us
you,
up.
this was after the bong fiasco. You know, so I'm high as hell. I'm like, ice cream and fish tacos. Hell yeah.
Okay, so we're drinking.
So so we're drinking, we're eating, right? And then we get a call. Mike gets a call, and he's like, "Hello? What do you mean he's walking in right now?" Oh shit! Turns out Mike's cousin's fighting at 1:00. So now Mike's
It
running.
wasn't that it was a time. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
like we
They
were
said-
we were
they basically-
misinformed.
They told you he's walking out, right?
yeah, it wasn't a time thing. It's just that those fights ended
And
fast.
Okay.
So
They
we
should've-
abruptly leave the restaurant.
And
We
they were, like, just getting
abruptly
fights
leave.
out.
Mike fucking takes off like a fucking track star, and he's running towards the thing.
I was jogging actually.
and
I didn't
That
want
was
to
a
exert
jog?
myself.
I don't want to
And-
see you at full speed.
ooh, jeez,
You don't.
Yeah.
You
don't.
Usain Bolt over here, and
Lightly McQueen, all right.
fuck lightning.
You're a car.
We got engine.
All right.
So Mike
101.
Mike takes off, and I'm like walking, but I'm like speed walking, but I'm not gonna run. So I'm walking, and Felipe catches up to me. Now I didn't run because I'm just fucking lazy, and I'm like, I'll get there when I get there, you know. But Felipe comes up to me and he's like, "Are you gonna run too?" And I go, "Nah, I'm not gonna run."
Honestly,
And
I-
hold on.
Did you? Okay.
No.
Did you guys
Listen to
think
this.
you were gonna make
Wait,
this?
wait,
Did
let
you-
him
Listen
listen.
to this. Listen to this, because I thought about this after the fact. Felipe comes up to me and says, "Are you gonna run like Mike?" And I go, "Nah, I'm not gonna
I didn't
run."
expect you guys to.
No,
at
but
all.
listen to this.
I didn't. Okay.
I was like, he goes, "Are you gonna run like Mike?" I go, "No, I'm not gonna run.
I want
I'm
to
just
be
gonna
like
walk."
Mike.
And Felipe's like, "All right, cool, I'll walk with you." Now I didn't run because I just didn't feel like running. I don't think Felipe can run, dude. I don't think you can run, dude.
I asked him, "Are you gonna run like Mike?" Because I was gonna tell him because I'm not gonna fucking run.
but if could you run if you needed to run?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I think.
I don't
No,
believe it.
dude.
I think.
You're oddly like frail in the line. Sometimes
I'm gonna write this down, and we're gonna have our first challenge, and Felipe is gonna do a 40-yard dash.
a 40-yard dash.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Dash. You want me to? You want to stay there for 5 minutes? What do you want to do?
40 yards? What is that? It's not even a mile.
40 yards.
40 yards. All right. So you're gonna do it.
I'll do it. You
and
gotta do it
Rev's
too.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
But like, what's the
Does
point
Rev
of
have to
the?
do it?
What's the point?
So
of
we're
the-
gonna
To
record
see
it
how,
then.
see how fast you can move. Yeah.
I'll smoke Felipe, dude.
I mean,
Oh,
it's not
you
a
think you could beat
challenge
me in a
between
race?
you
Oh, are
two.
we racing?
No, it's not a challenge at all. Just
Oh,
seeing-
just a timer?
See how
Are we
fast.
just
See
timing?
how fast you can go. See how
Yeah.
fast
Why'd
you
you
can
take
do
it
40.
there right away,
Yeah, why
dude?
you gotta make it a competition?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Because I'm a competitive motherfucker.
Yeah,
Do you
he
know?
is.
I
He
did.
is.
I did do one summer training of
Band camp.
of cross country actually.
Oh.
I think you told me that story.
Yeah. No, I did. I ever tell you that?
No, but I want to finish the Fresno story.
Okay, let's finish the Fresno story. We got sidetracked.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, because I was thinking about it after, and I was like going over the trip in my head, and I was like, I don't think Felipe can run. Like that's why he didn't want to run. Like, I'm just lazy. If I wanted to run, yeah, I could have ran, but I didn't. So Mike takes off. Me and Felipe, we're like walking, and we're like, okay, we'll get there when we get there. I do, the pocket check, right?
Yeah.
You check
grabs his grass.
these days you check your pocket for your phone, your wallet, your keys,
Everything.
The patented pocket check, and I realized I don't have the keys for the rental, and I'm like, shit. So I tell Felipe, oh, I don't have the keys. We got to go back. So we go back to the restaurant, and sure enough, I left the keys on the table because we had left so abruptly. Okay, so we get the keys.
That's not your first time losing keys.
Oh, no, it's not.
No, instantly. I had like flashbacks.
Oh, when we were
What
camping.
happened in camping, dude? Instantly.
So now we're extra late. So now we had to actually come back and restart the walk over.
So you guys would have made it.
So
we would have, yeah.
So
You
we're
guys would've made
walking
it.
over, and I go, I hope we don't miss it. And
And
we both say, so long as he doesn't get knocked out early on, we'll be fine. What are the odds?
yeah, or he doesn't knock the other person out within the first 3 rounds.
So we finally make it to the venue. We get in, and of course, Felipe, who's a raging alcoholic, says, "Well, let's grab some beers real quick."
Well, yeah, because it was the
Still
beginning
would've
of the
made it.
third round. It was the beginning of the third round. I was like, damn, we made it. Okay,
Okay,
we're
cool.
good. Let's get a
some
beer
beers.
real quick before we.
You of all people should know that it could end in
I
an
knew, but,
instant.
I know,
but
Mr.
I
Rinta
didn't.
boxing.
beginning of the third round.
I
He got
honestly-
knocked out pretty early into the third round too.
I honestly thought he was gonna
Like 40
he was
seconds
gonna just
in.
try and box him out. That's what
You know-
I really thought.
He should have too. I don't know why he tries to go for the big hit. But since I've been watching him box, hasn't gone past like 4 rounds.
Ever?
Yeah, and he's always done like an 8-10 rounds. I mean, since I've watched him being televised.
Well, I'm sure everybody heard by now. So Mikey's cousin lost. He got knocked out.
Okay, no, well, see, you just gave it fucking away.
Yeah.
Well, I
So
said
we
it kinda
go
earlier.
in, right. So we go in. Felipe was like, let's get some beers. Okay, let's get some beers. So we go to the concession stand. The guy's serving us up. We're standing there. As the guy who's serving us up is pouring our beers, he just goes, ooh, that guy just got knocked out. And we look behind us, and I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, you don't think that was Mike's cousin?
So we start asking the guy, who was it? Who was it?
And
What's
for
the name
some
of the guy?"
reason, he ignored us for some reason. Yeah, he wouldn't
man.
answer.
Yeah.
So we go in, and I'm like, nah, like that wasn't. There's no way that just happened. So we walk in, we get to our seats. Sure enough,
Yep.
fucking Joel Diaz, fucking on the stretcher, getting taken out.
This ain't
Dude,
WWF,
even
bro.
the guy behind us, he asked us, who you guys, would you guys?
Oh,
come
when we
for?
were sitting down in the seats.
Yeah, but the guy behind us before you got to us.
Oh, okay.
We asked him like who got knocked out. He goes, well, the Argentinian one. He goes, are you guys here for the Argentinian? Nope. He goes,
Like,
oh
no.
man.
Yeah.
He's like, man, it was a
We're
really,
here for the
really...
Pomdalian.
And he was like, oh man. He goes, it was outmatched. We don't know why.
Yeah, he
they-
did say that. He was like, that was a mismatch fight. Like that fool wailed on him. Like
He
it was
shouldn't
not
have
cool.
fought.
He
that
was like in his late 20s, maybe early 30s, that Argentinian.
The Argentinian. Oh, so he was an experienced dude.
He's probably
That-
lost so much, and
And from what I heard, he was like the Argentinian had like a longer reach.
I don't know about
Might
that.
have been taller. Was he?
See, you know what
It
made
kinda-
me?
I mean, from my angle, they kind of look.
Same time. Okay.
Yeah.
What made me upset is I wanted to see your cousin fight.
Yeah,
Like I didn't
yeah.
want to see the main event. I wanted to see your cousin fight.
I don't
Even
even-
though
I don't
he
remember
even
nothing
though
after
he
that.
even though he lost, even though he got knocked out, I would have liked to have seen the knockout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, like.
And I was like, damn, I paid fucking that money. I don't get. And we saw the other bouts, and it was cool because we saw a couple bouts, but they were kind of boring. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I can't even say if they were born. or
I
not.
remember
I
watching
can't
and
one
remember.
or-
our
one
original
or
plan
two.
was supposed to fucking stay to the main event, but
Yeah.
of course we didn't make it to the
We
main
did
event.
leave
So what
early
happened?
on. Good thing we did leave early.
So
too.
you guys got wasted.
Yeah.
Both of us? We were
Yeah.
both wasted?
You guys were. Oh man, you were in rare form, Felipe.
Yeah.
I never seen you like that.
The last thing I remember, Mike, is being in the lobby right before I said, "Ooh, margaritas." I remember your family saying bye to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got drunk after that.
Yeah.
And then after that, that's when you spilled the drink on the guy. So
Oh. Yeah.
so we go in, we sit in our seats, which weren't even our seats.
Yeah.
They weren't
And-
our seats?
There's
No, remember
one-
because remember we moved
yeah.
later.
I don't remember moving.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There was a whole bunch of.
So I'm sitting in the middle, and it's Mike on my right, you on my left, right?
Uh-huh.
And you guys are just like blabbering away, like, blah, 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 and I'm like sitting like in the middle, and you fools are like
Like that episode of Atlanta. Where he's
Yeah.
like, got something to say.
And fucking, so you spill the drink on the guy, right?
Oh no, I remember.
So
spilling the
Felipe,
drink.
he goes buys drinks.
That was
He's
before.
coming back.
That was before. That had
before
to
we
be
moved.
before.
before
Yeah.
we talked to the fam.
Yeah, because I remember Mikey throwing his elbow back up,
Man, this motherfucker.
and he hit the.
Man,
He
he's
hit,
gonna
oh
blame
shit!
it
The
on me.
fuck
He's
you.
gonna blame
Yes,
it on
you.
me.
Yeah, it was your fault.
He's on my ass.
So
What the
Felipe
hell?
spills a drink on a guy
On his head.
who's in front of us,
That was funny.
and the guy looks over, and this guy's like, they're like 7, 8 people deep. You know what I'm saying? Like young guys. Who,
Really?
yeah, dude, there was a lot of them. There was
We
like,
had the higher ground.
They seem
we
like
did have the
pussies.
higher ground. We were one row
They seem
above
like
them.
pussies, man.
Still, they had numbers.
Only a Sif deals an absolute.
Yeah, Sith. So this fool spills a drink, and this guy's like, "What the fuck?" And Felipe's like, "Oh man, my bad," blah blah blah. And then the guy kind of finessed you because he was like,
Got him
"You
a
owe me,
beer.
you gotta buy me a drink."
Yeah.
And you ran right over and
No,
bought
he
him a
ran.
drink.
He shot down. We
I was
chilled.
like, all right, I'll get you one. Let me
Next
finish
round.
mine.
Next round. Yeah.
Nope.
Um.
In a matter of minutes, you were like, "Right away, sir. Right away, Captain."
Right away.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yes, some asses.
I remember
yes.
sitting down, drinking, continuing to talk. Because I remember talking to one of the guys after too.
Afterwards, you kept talking to another fool, and I was like, and I kept telling you, Felipe, stop talking to these fools,
Why?
dude. Because I didn't want to talk to them.
You know, it's
and
because-
you kept talking to them.
No, it's because
No,
you weren't
listen,
drinking.
no.
No, it's
Yeah.
because
No,
you weren't
bull
drinking.
fucking
You weren't
shit.
having a good
Bull
time. Not like a
fucking-
good time.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that.
Not like a
I
good
know,
good time.
bullshit.
You had a good time
Shut
without
your
a
fucking
doubt.
mouth.
I know you
Shut
had a
your
good
fucking
time,
mouth.
but
Okay,
you didn't have
you
a
don't fucking
good
remember
time.
because you were sitting all the way on the other fucking side. Felipe is sitting
I had
on
a
the
good
right
time.
of me now. Yeah, I
had
know
a
you
good
did.
Had a
time.
really
I
good
think I
time.
did.
Felipe is sitting on the right of me now.
Bitch.
This guy is sitting like in front of me. This guy is sitting in front of me, in the row in front of me. Felipe is on the right, and you guys are talking.
Okay, why
But
didn't you like it?
You didn't wanna
Because you
party,
were
bro.
leaning up all
didn't wanna
on me.
pa-
You were
Hey.
like leaning forward.
Hey, lower your voice.
Because you were leaning forward.
He did. He did.
And I told you, and I fucking told you, you're leaning up all on me, dog. Can you fucking like lay back? And of course, I knew you were gonna fucking do this. This is why I hesitated, but I had to say something. I was like, dude, you're leaning up, and you're like, oh, bro, I was just trying to have a good time. Oh,
Tell him about when you were leaving. And he was just
Well,
like,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
So I'm like, dude, I'm like, Felipe,
because when you did it to me,
Stop.
it became seem like
stop talking to these fools, dude. Because I didn't care that you were talking to them, but I was like in the middle, so you kept including.
Why did you tell us
you
to switch?
You kept including because you're fucking huge and the fucking rows were small. You kept insisting
really
on
small.
including me
The
in the
seats were kinda small.
conversation.
They were.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't want to talk to them. I just wanted to watch the fight and get buzzed. And I didn't want to speak to anyone. And you kept like, yeah, we got a podcast. I'm like, oh my God.
I don't think he said that.
You
did he?
said that, dude. You told them we got a podcast, and then like that's it. Like you didn't. There was no follow up.
I don't remember. Yeah.
There was no follow up to it. No explanation. The only good thing
He's proud
that
of
came
it.
out of that
He's
conversation,
proud of
no,
it.
we
He's
do
proud.
good work. Just don't fucking lean up on me. Jesus,
Aren't you guys friends?
I'm fine.
I thought we were.
I'm fine.
Aren't
But
you
it
guys
was. I
friends?
mean, I hit my knee on the cup holder. It was horrible. So
That's plastic.
and
bro.
then hard plastic. Okay.
That was very, very hard. Plastic.
So then, we're time goes on, we're drinking more. So then I get I have a round of margaritas. So I get a little bit, now I start getting to your guys' level. But by the time, what are you doing?
was that you?
What are you trying to do? Oh, yeah, that was you.
Okay.
So time goes on, and then
You get a margarita.
I get a margarita. Me now I'm on your guys' level, kind of, because when I got to your level, now you guys were already at the next level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm feeling,
yeah.
but then I'm like, I'm driving. I don't want to like get too crazy because I want to drive home and be safe. Blah 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 blah.
Do you remember any of this, Mike?
No.
So when we moved, so it turns out that we were in the wrong section. So we moved over one section, and at this point, you guys were like screaming at each other like, about who knows
Mike!
about
Hey, Felipe!
Mike!
Looks like I got all the horses.
You guys like Felipe, Mike. I'm like, you guys are sitting next to each other, so.
I hate not
So you
knowing
guys
what
are like,
happens.
you guys are like talking so loudly, and
it's
everyone
crazy.
around us is looking at us, and I'm just like, and I tell you guys, I'm like, you guys know everyone's looking at us, right? Didn't care. Just kept barreling through whatever conversation you guys were having.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
Man.
my god, dude.
That's cool.
And then,
Honestly,
like,
that sounds cool.
I don't think that sounds cool at all.
It's not. You know, we were in our own.
That I don't remember.
Oh,
Like shit, that's
yeah.
fucking crazy.
I mean, maybe it's best I don't remember because.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then at one point,
Wow.
so then at this point, you get up and you take off for whatever reason, and then I'm sitting there and Mike's sitting there, and then I get up and go outside and I'm like, "Where's Felipe?" So I call you, and Felipe, and you're like,
I think I remember being
you're
sitting
like-
there by myself.
"Yeah," because so I'm like, "This is okay. This is the conversation I had." Because
Oh my God.
I'm standing around because at this point I wanted to go back out to smoke more weed. That's kind of where my head was. I'm like, I want to smoke more. So there's these two security, or like, I don't know if they're security guards or they were ushers, and they're standing in front of the doors, the exit doors that say no re-entry on the doors. It says no
No reentry.
It says no re-entry on the doors. So I call you, and this is the conversation I had.
Oh, you told me this.
Yes,
That's
this
funny.
I told you already.
Yeah.
So I go, Felipe, hey, where are you at? How did you get outside? Okay, I'm gonna meet you out. I want to smoke more, so I'm gonna go. Hold on. Is there? I go to the ushers. Is there security? Is there re-entry? Even though there's a big fucking sign that says no re-entry right behind them. Is there re-entry into the venue? And they go, nope, absolutely no re-entry. I go, okay. There's no re-entry, dude. You're not going to be able to get back in. Buy you a beer. Okay. Click. And then that was it.
I thought you told me.
No,
that.
and then you were like, and then they were like, I'm like, but I can't take the beer out. Like, there's no re-entry. And then you were like, I just walked right in right now. You were like, I just walked right in. I'm like, oh shit, okay. And then I see you, and you're just like swaying back and forth, like walking through, and you're like, Ashley just called me. I was like, yeah, what happened? Oh fuck, she was pissed because I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
You know,
Do you remember talking to Ashley?
no, but I asked her about that.
Ashley is his girlfriend / baby mama.
I asked her about that. And,
Uh-huh.
from what I remember, she told me I should have asked her before we got on the podcast. But from what I remember, what she told me is that it was fine. And she could tell that I was drunk, but that nothing was said. That
You told me that she was like, because she was like, oh baby, where are you at? And then you said, I don't know where I'm at. And she's like, what? Like, where's fucking Mike? Where's fucking Chris? And you're like, I don't know.
But-
and she's like, I'm gonna call Chris right now. And you're like,
Did-
no, don't call him.
Did she call you?
She never called
Did
me.
she
no.
call you, Mike?
Nah, I lost my
So
phone.
then maybe,
So finally,
maybe I made that shit up in my mind then.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
So finally we meet up. So then we walk back to our seats, and then you're leaving, and you're like leaning on the railing, you know, and you're just like,
shit.
and you're like, let's just leave, and then you were like, yeah, let's fucking leave, and then that's when we took off, and we drove off, and then fucking Mike forgot his phone.
Wait, but you said how it was on your shoulders?
Oh, so when we were walking out, but like you were just like, you kept your hand around, like you had your arm around me, like you kept just like, you were just real friendly for some reason. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
What he told me, he was like, yeah, we're walking out, and then I'm walking out just pointing at everybody like, hey,
Yeah, you were like,
Hey, there you are. Do
Like-
I know you?
like
No,
you-
but there you are.
and no, you had your arm around like one
Jesus.
like on my shoulder, and you're kind of like, and I'm like swaying with you, like, and then you're just like pointing at random people like,
Did anybody like cheer with me?
no, everyone ignored you. And then of course the infamous phone incident that happened right after.
Oh yeah.
Infamous.
You know though,
Mike, how mad were you when I didn't let you take the Nissan?
Bro, I was so drunk. I don't.
That's why I didn't let you take the fucking Nissan.
you know what though?
Thank you.
But no, but you
I
know,
honestly, I was like, okay, so we leave the venue, and we're driving home. Mike's fucking drunk. Felipe is already asleep. He's passed out.
in the car, right?
And Mike's like, I forgot my phone. So he gets my iPhone. He does find my iPhone. And you're like, it's at the venue. We got to go back. So we go back. So we drive back to the venue. At this point, you're passed out now in the car.
Yeah,
and we're driving back to the venue, and we're driving back, and we had already paid for parking, and then we go back in, and we drive up to the front, and you get off, and you go back in. I gave you my ticket, and you go back in, and I wait outside. So we parked. What I didn't realize is that we had paid for general, but where we parked at when we went back was like preferred parking because it was like right up by the entrance. And there was, so you go inside. Felipe's passed out.
Wait,
so
to be clear, we left.
We left.
And then came back.
We were like halfway back to the hotel, and then we came back.
Oh, shit.
So we
Yeah,
come
man.
back. So Mike runs inside, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, well, I got time to kill. Fuck it. So I bust out the bong.
Yeah.
I start hitting the bong, right? And I hit the bong. I get super high again. So I'm sitting there now, all stoned. And I'm just sitting there, just like, do.
And now I'm just passed out.
And you're passed.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Like, Jesus Christ, I'm going to have to fucking revive this motherfucker. So I'm sitting there, right? I have the window down. And then there's these two girls come out. And they get in their car, right? And they're having a conversation. I'm sitting there. And the girl who's getting into the passenger seat, she's talking to the girl. She's talking to her friend. And then she just stops and she goes, oh, my God. Somebody's smoking that shit. And she looks over her shoulder. And she looks right at me. And I'm like already staring at her. Just like tripping out, you know? And she looks at me. And I like look away real quick, you know.
Oh shit!
I'm like, oh shit, and I kind of like I stand still, like as if she won't see me if I stand still. And then like I peek back up, and she's still staring at me, but she's giving me this look. She's doing this. She's like, like she gave me like a weird smirk, like I know what you're doing. And I was like, yeah. And then I just kind of looked at her, and I just kind of waved. And then, she got in the car and drove off.
You waved at her?
I waved at her, dude. She was looking right at me, man.
Hi.
I was like, hey. And
Hey.
so she leaves. Now I get fucking super fucking paranoid because she smelled the weed and she was pretty far away. She wasn't like right next to me. Yeah. So I get really fucking paranoid because there's cops everywhere. I realize where I'm parked at, there's just one time parked everywhere around me. So I start getting really motherfucking paranoid.
So after you see these girls, you just it's just like a move like
so what I do, yeah, I'm starting to realize shit, you know. So what I do, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get out of the car and I'm just gonna go stand over here. So if they smell the weed, they're gonna go to the Nissan.
The drunks,
yeah,
guy in the car
passed out. They're not gonna do shit to him.
Dude, this next part when he says it's funny, and then after he tells it, I remember. Well, all right, go ahead.
So I get out of the car. So now I'm waiting. I'm stoned and I'm just waiting, and you're taking forever. And then I turn around and I look back, and the passenger seat, the door is like, it's like someone's trying to push it open. And it's Felipe. He's trying to get out of the car, but he can't because he had pulled the lever and put the front seat all the way back, so he was like in a lying down position. So when he tried to get out, he was like a turtle. Like he couldn't. He was like he just couldn't.
I'm on my back. I'm a turtle. I'm on my back.
Couldn't go.
Can't get up.
Help!
He couldn't go from horizontal to vertical. He just couldn't do it. So I walk up and I go, "Hey, you all right?" And he's just like, "Ah." I go, "Are you gonna throw up?" And he goes, yeah, I think I might throw up. I go, well, then get your fucking ass out of the Nissan because it was a rental. Get your fucking ass out of the Nissan. So he gets out of the Nissan and he goes to where the trunk. He starts leaning on the trunk and he's just like swaying back and forth. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just watching him. And then eventually he starts like drooling. Like you just start like drooling at the mouth. Yeah. And just swaying back and forth. And then finally, just like, and like he pukes, but right when he pukes, he fucking farts. He goes, blah.
Oh, it was that long?
It was hilarious, dude. And I was so high, dude.
No, he did not.
I swear to God, dude.
No, well,
it was just the most unflattering scene you'd ever fucking seen.
That was
dude.
Last week, and how am I barely finding out about this?
So that part he's talking about,
what the fuck?
I remember. My point of view is
that
just
was
seeing the ground.
Ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't even that long.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 7 days ago
today.
So what I remember is
I was probably going back. Oh no, it's 12 right now.
What I thought was us walking out of the venue.
We had left and come back.
But what I was thinking in my head was that we were walking out of the venue, and I saw the ground, and then I started throwing up. And
You don't remember getting out of the car?
I don't remember getting out of the car. I remember just leaning on the side and trying to make myself throw up because if I felt fucking gross, dude. So I was trying to throw up. And then, so like trying to force myself to throw up, which is why I was probably drooling. Yeah. And then in the midst of throwing up, I just.
Oh no, you left. I was like, dude, and then, I laughed so hard, dude.
I was
him
like patting me on the back,
screaming,
and then telling and laughing. And he goes, "I'm sorry, dude. It's just so fucking funny." And I go, "It's alright. It is funny." And I remember laughing.
Funny, oh my god, dude, it was classic. I'll never forget that.
Didn't you say two parking attendants were like walking by?
Yeah, so he's puking and he's like bent over and puking, but he starts like leaning back again. So his puke starts to like get on him. So I'm like, oh fuck, now I have to help this fool. So I go up and I like.
Shirt? I thought you said.
You were like bent over.
Yeah, and my shoes were. And you
started to go back into like a vertical position.
Oh, so I almost got myself.
So I was like, oh, so I came and I like pushed you forward so that you kept throwing up onto the ground and then it was splattering onto your shoes.
Oh, that's why you were fucking.
Yeah, so I was trying to help you so you wouldn't just puke all over yourself.
That's disgusting.
So I'm like patting you.
I didn't throw up actually.
No, you weren't. You did not witness this. When you came back, it was already over.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm patting you on the back and you're just keep puking, and I look up and there's two parking attendants walking towards us.
They're chicks, right?
They're two chicks. They're walking towards us, and I'm like laughing, screaming, and you're just like puking orange. And
orange.
Yeah, it was orange, dude. I swear to God, it was orange. I don't know why, but it was orange.
What did we eat that weekend?
Oh, the micheladas.
The micheladas.
That's
I
disgusting.
had 3 of them, dude.
When
we were at that fucking restaurant where he lost the keys.
Oh, the fish place.
Yeah.
The taco place.
Yeah.
Leeches are nasty. I don't know why you guys like them.
They're good.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So these chicks they see us. They see the scene that's unraveling. And they look, and then they just walk the other way. They just walk the other way, dude. They just made a fucking. They just turned left and just like booked it. I was like, ladies, no, wait, come back.
I need your help.
Ladies, no. It's just a little micheladas. We're going to Tahoe Joe's later.
Man, that was a spot.
And then what did Mike do when he came back?
So Mike comes back. I tell Mike, Felipe just threw up. Mike, he doesn't care because he hasn't found his phone yet.
Yeah.
You know.
So now we're driving back to the hotel.
That whole period.
You don't remember?
And it was
what I did. And did I have your phone at that time?
I gave you my phone
because when I went back after we came back from the hotel, I went directly to the phone where it was. And if I had it the first time I went, I don't know what I did.
Wait, so so hold on, finish before you get back to where you found the phone.
Mike comes out. I tell him he doesn't even know what the fuck's going on because he's so drunk and so like focused on his phone. You were dealing
with me.
So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, look, my phone's dead. We have to go back to the whole. So we have to go back.
I didn't go with your phone that first time then.
Yes, I did, but it died. I gave it to you.
Died on me?
Yeah. I gave it to you, and I was like, here, but it's like 2%. So you said it died like instantly. You got in, and that it died instantly, and so that you went into where we were sitting, and asked the people like if anyone saw a phone, and then everyone was like, nah, like we didn't see anything. Da, 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 da. So now we're driving home. Like, okay, we have to go back to the hotel so I can charge my phone up again so that at least we could get back on Find Your iPhone. I was hoping that you'd forget about it and that we would just stay at the hotel. That's but you were hell bent, dude.
Yeah.
So now we're driving home and you were like, fuck that. He goes, you told me this. I'm prepared to drive around all night and confront whoever fucking took my phone.
I did not say that.
You said that, dude. You said, I am going to just go and confront them. Yes, dude. You kept saying that.
Dude. You know what's
I'm
funny?
not even laughing because it's true. You
so
said, I will drive around all night.
No.
And in my head, I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm letting you take the goddamn Nissan.
Like, shit, but why would I?
No. You know, you do tend to get a little emotional sometimes.
You were upset.
No, I know. I let my emotions get the best of me, especially my anger.
Anyway, so we get back to the hotel.
So we go back to the hotel. We plug the phone in. You pass out instantly. I'm lying there hoping Mike will like forget about it, but he's like, nope. So you were hell bent on on taking the Nissan, going back, blah 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 blah, and I was like, fuck, like I have to take a stand. So I was like, Mike, I can't let you use the car. And then you kind of were like, are you fucking serious? This and that. And then I said, sorry, Mike. And then I just slide there. I was watching TV. And then you were sitting at the desk. And there was just like silence for a while. And I was watching TV. And I was just like, fuck, this is so fucking awkward. Like, god damn it. Just forget about it. And this is how I knew you were mad. Because you go, there's like 5 minutes of just nothing being said. And then you just go, Chris. Chris. You're really, because you never call, you always call me Rev, dude.
God, you want your fucking actual name?
You're like, Chris.
Christopher.
You fucking serious
Christopher
right now?
Don.
You're like, Chris, you're not going to let me take the car right now? I go, Mike, I can't let you take the car.
I'm so happy you didn't. That's fucking.
And then,
continue.
So then you just got up and you just left the room. And then I was just like, wow, our friendship's over.
No, you know, and as I left and went to the clerk at the front desk, he was so accommodating.
Yeah. So you called an Uber and went back.
No, I didn't call nothing. He got me a cab or an Uber. I paid cash. I had cash. Guy took me there. Went, found my phone. So easy. I don't know how that ended up.
How did you find your phone? Do you remember that?
Well, I went back for his phone.
No, you had my phone and you were using it with the. You were using it.
Oh, so you had it charging?
No. Yeah. So we went back.
Okay.
And we were chilling. He was charging his phone.
You yelled at him, yeah.
Yeah, and his phone was charging. I was like, okay.
He didn't yell at me, but he was just mad.
I was like, okay, let me borrow your phone then.
He was stern. Chris,
stern.
You're really not gonna let me use the car right now, dude?
No. Well,
You're trying to use. Okay.
I took his phone, got the ride there.
I didn't even want to let you take my phone, but I was like,
there and back, and I found it piece of cake. Like, can
you? You would just wait. You would have found it the first time.
Did anybody help you? No. You just went
with the Find My Phone app. It literally takes you to the exact place where your phone's
If
at.
my phone had not died, you probably would have found it the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then you come back. I wake up, and there's fucking oh no, I don't wake up. He wakes me up. Mike wakes me up, and he's like shaking out like he's like, hey, there's pizza and beer. You want some?
Oh, dude, Mike won. I'm because he was gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, for the love of God, I hope Mikey finds his phone, because if he doesn't, he's gonna he's gonna still be mad at me. You know, all this shit. Lo and behold, he found his phone. So when he came in, all that shit was gone. He was like, I'm buying pizza. I bought beer. I
was hungry.
We went from, and
then so I went from the venue to waking up on the bed, and I look up. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, you want beer? You want pizza? Grab a beer, bro. Hold on. Give me a fucking second. Fuck. And then that's why that's when I realized I didn't know what
had happened.
Yeah, I had no idea what happened.
You were in rare form, dude. Yeah. Because you know, like when we drink, like I'm always the one who kind of has the low tolerance. So it was
You've been on a different change recently, though.
Right. But I'm just saying, like in general, I had never seen you. I had never seen you like not really be able to handle your liquor. You know what I'm saying?
What it was is I drank very, very fucking stupidly, dude. I just
all over the place.
Yeah, down.
Well, since the morning too.
Since the morning, like I felt comfortable.
Yeah. You started even before me, like in the morning.
Yeah.
I took a while.
Yeah. So
yeah. But see, I didn't see because like I didn't realize that you guys were that fucked up. I thought that you guys were like, you were kind of like cool, like normal, you know, and then all of a sudden you just like,
well, a lot of times
went from like 0 to 100. Like you went from like being your normal buzz out to just being like completely.
That was
like,
me being comfortable. A lot of times people see me and they don't think I'm drunk, and then I'm like, they're like, hey, dude, how you feeling? I'm like, damn.
I know when you're drunk because you started fucking talking mad shit.
Okay.
Don't be a bitch, Rev.
Nah, he does that all
the
time.
Yeah.
No, but I mean like. You're a shit talker by nature, but when you're drunk, you really let it fly. You know.
But anyway, what I was trying to say is that when people ask me like, "How you feeling?" I always tell them, "Man, I'm fucking drunk," and then they always look at me like, "Well," or they like, "I can't tell." Yeah. But because that's me kind of being reserved. Right.
Nah, that day,
you're just not getting sloppy. I understand what you meant. But you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like having to like help you and like seeing you throw up and shit.
Yeah, that was me getting too comfortable. I was just downing the margaritas, and then on top of that, the people that we bought them from were hooking it up with the Patron.
They were cool.
Yeah,
they were cool.
You were Mewtwo that weekend because that was rare.
Mewtwo. Oh, I get you.
You get it?
Pokemon Mewtwo.
Pokemon.
He's a legendary.
No, that was
legendary Pokemon.
That was Felipe in rare form.
Yeah.
I would never forget
Fresno
that.
was fun.
Fresno was
Even
fun.
though I can only remember like
The one thing I will say,
the
one thing I will say about Fresno, and I already told you this, is I liked how, because we went out, we were at the arena the night before. We went to dinner. We went to a relatively nice restaurant, like medium price, like $25 a person, pretty much.
Yeah, we were
Fine
like
dining.
middle class people.
Yeah, and
right.
that's
Ain't nothing wrong with being middle
man.
class.
shit.
You're not lower class.
I'm happy to be. You're somebody if you're middle class these days.
Jesus, not even.
But what I noticed was the restaurants were popping. People were out. People were buying tickets to the boxing match. They were buying food at the restaurants.
That was.
And we talked about this. You don't see. It reminded me of LA in the '90s because when I was a kid, my parents had regular jobs. They didn't own their business yet. They just worked regular jobs, but we still had money to like go to restaurants maybe on the weekends here and there, and go to decent, nice places or whatever, and this and that. And we were like just middle class fam, and you don't see that anymore because it's so expensive to live in Los Angeles. That everyone, even people who fucking are working 40 hours and making decent flow, are paying an arm and a leg to have a nice place to live. They can't go out to a decent restaurant. Like a Marie Callender's. You know what I'm saying? Marie Callender's isn't even that expensive. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bless you.
It's
So, in Fresno just seemed slightly more poppy in the terms that
it's a small city, so
it's a small place.
I wonder where the population is.
People
of Fresno
are paying they don't have to give their whole paycheck to their rent, so they could still go out. So it was like I felt like people were working, people were spending money. They were like their own economy.
And then also with the venue that we were at, that plaza where the food was at, that was almost new.
That was brand. It was called like Campus Point.
across the street.
Yeah. It's almost relatively new. I don't know how new it is, but
that's another thing too. Is Fresno is a college town, so there's a lot of like
Fresno has 500,000 people.
That's a lot. How many people are in LA? There's like 7 million people in LA, isn't there?
There's a lot of so 500,000 people in the
I can't,
city of Fresno. That's how many went to Woodstock.
Damn. So pretty
so
much
Fresno
Woodstock lives in Fresno.
Fresno.
I don't know. I kind of liked Fresno. I didn't because I was kind of led to believe that it was kind of like a fucking nowhere town.
4 million people in Los Angeles as of 2017.
Woo! That's like what
and that's
like 3.5 times
and
more.
there's only the people that answered the consensus knock at the door.
Damn.
So not including the homeless either.
The homeless people who aren't part of the consensus
or just traveling to around people just
illegals.
Jesus, why you gonna say it like that?
That's
illegals. They're illegal. I'm not saying get them out of here. I'm saying they're illegal.
4 million as of 2017. Chicago only has 2 million.
Get them out of
San
here.
Francisco has
Get him out of
800,000. It's like 7 billion people on this planet.
7 billion.
Yeah, I think so. So, anyways, I liked Fresno.
Says no one.
I don't know. I kind of
my
like
sister's
about Fresno?
My sister's boyfriend's family's from
Fresno?
Fresno, and they go up there often. So I asked my sister the day before we go to
Which sister is this?
My older sister. I asked her, "Hey, so what? I'm going to Fresno. Has watched AD fight? What is there to do?" Nothing.
Nothing.
She said nothing.
Dude,
Nothing.
they had a Chili's, they had an Applebee's,
Yeah,
Tahoe
right next to each
Joe's was
other.
popping. Everybody was going to the boxing match.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to do over there.
Apparently not. There's boxing matches you could go to.
There's an underground garden. I looked at. We could have went.
Underground Garden.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have paintball.
Why didn't we do that?
Because we didn't go for that.
Because we blacked out, dude.
Ah, man, I would love
You
to do
blacked
that.
out.
Yeah.
I blacked out.
Yeah.
I've blacked out a few times, and it happens to be with this guy too.
Yeah.
Who, me?
No, with this
Oh,
guy
yeah?
right here.
Yeah, the
I
other
blacked
time.
out. I told when I kind of blacked out in the first podcast. Remember I said how I went to the bar and drank a bunch
You
of
want to hear
Patron?
our story?
Hey,
Okay,
I
go.
think that's been like about a year since we blacked out.
Yeah.
Because that's when
Okay, we got
This is when I
okay.
got my license back, and then we went to that bar. This is
No,
around
no,
this
no, no,
time.
no, no. Not when you got your license back. It was when you took the breathalyzer out of my car.
Okay,
You
real
put it
quick.
in your-
No, to put it on your no, to get the
Oh, to put the breathalyzer in
the
my
car.
Yeah. Okay. So
Which one?
Okay,
this
so
time.
just real quick.
It's been a year.
We're-
We black out. It's
we're-
blackout every year.
We're
in February.
51.
Uh-huh.
So
Might have been March.
you know, we got about another 10, 15 minutes. So go ahead.
All right.
We'll finish.
We'll
We'll end this podcast.
You gotta
with
title this Fresno.
Das Fresno.
That's Fresno.
Guys black out in Fresno.
Damn, the guys black out. You keep saying the guys. You blacked out.
I browned out. I
You
browned out. I browned out.
Oh, I was fully aware of everything that was going on.
You were.
It was cool.
that's cool. We
Usually,
needed somebody.
Rev's the one fucking that
Yeah.
has to get.
We
fucking-
needed
No, yeah.
somebody, dude.
You.
We couldn't all
I've seen
three
you
of us.
so fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go. So you guys blacked out.
So we take my car to the shop. We leave it there, and I tell Mike, "Hey, it's happy hour at the office right there on Broadway.
Okay.
Let's walk over. It's walk over there. It's only a few blocks away.
Right.
So this is like 2:00. We get in there.
2 p.m. Okay.
2 p.m. We get in there. We start drinking. We hit up Peter, our homie Peter Full.
Peter, the tall one.
No, Peter Full.
Peter Pole.
Yeah,
It's Pole.
it's Full. I thought it was Full.
It's Pole.
All right. Well, Paul.
Phol is Pole.
I think it would be
It's,
full.
it's Pole. Pole Pot.
Full. I guess we have to ask him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's Peter Pole.
it's Paul.
Full.
Yeah, it's
Get him
Paul.
on the goddamn
Get him on
phone.
the phone right now. Get him on speaker.
Okay. go.
Anyway, so we call him. He's like,
Might be
"Fuck yeah,
Paul.
we're drinking here at the office. It's happy hour. You working? I'm not. Come down." So he comes down, dude. We start drinking. The bartender gets off. I don't know how the fuck how did she end up with this?
What?
Remember she sat with us and started drinking.
Oh, you're talking about
The bartender.
I thought we were still talking about Fresno. You're talking about when we went
Yeah,
to
when
the
we went to the office.
Yeah.
So the bartender ends up drinking with us.
Don't ask me.
I don't remember how this happened, but we start drinking. We get a few beers in. We watch the Laker game. Fucking
Good game from
time
what I
goes
remember.
on. From what I remember, it starts. It's 10:00 at this point. Peter starts putting his head on the bar.
What the Laker game started like at what 7?
Yeah, he
maybe?
starts getting fucking wasted. The owner comes in.
Peter got there after us too, like already like four drinks after us.
Yeah, and he still fucking blacked out.
And he
after.
blacked out before us, or
Fucking
got drunk
Pete.
before. Way
Yeah,
drunk
dude.
before
And
us.
then and then the owner comes over to me because she knows me. You know, she knows my
Oh,
uncle.
right around. Yeah.
And she comes over and she's like, "Hey, can you get your friend out of here because I don't want to kick you guys out."
It's bad for business.
Yeah,
I just want to kick your fucking friend
Yeah,
out.
she's like, "So if you can get him out of here, you guys
Because you guys
can-
are still paying for beer.
Yeah, he goes, "You guys can stay. You and your other
He's
friend can
not
stay.
buying beer.
He needs to get out of here." So we get Peter up. We get him into an Uber.
I don't think I've ever been 86 from a bar. Actually,
86, that's what they call it.
yeah, when you get 86, they throw you out. Yeah.
Why is it called 86? Where you
I'm
get
not
that
sure.
from,
No, that's
that
just
number?
what they
86
say.
you?
Yeah, when they 86 you. I think that's like, I don't know.
I got kicked out of the House of Blues watching No Effects. The House of Blues in Hollywood.
Wasted.
I wasn't wasted. I crowd surfed and got over to where the bouncers, the gate and the stage was, and I tried getting on stage, and the bouncers got me and took me out.
Well,
Yeah, see,
Luckily that
look,
didn't
look.
happen.
When
Feels like
used, okay,
2012.
look. When used as a verb, 86th is American slang for getting rid of something by burying it, ejecting someone, or refusing service.
okay. Well, Peter got 86.
Okay.
So we get him in an Uber.
86.
You never
Yeah.
heard that before? I got.
Never
You know who I
heard
got
that
that from
before.
was the kid. The kid, because he's been 86 from a number of bars.
Fuck. Well, we get Peter into the Uber.
Oh fuck! He's gonna get mad that I said that.
Peter
It's
is
not that bad.
well.
Go.
So Peter, before he gets into the car, he tripped on the curve. I don't know if you remember. Oh no, you were in the bar still. So he trips on the curve
told me about
and he
that.
twists his ankle.
Uh-huh.
But he's like, "I'm fine." And he gets in the car. He leaves. I go.
Bones sticking out and all.
So I go back in. Mikey's arguing with the bartender that decided
Hey,
to stay
Mike.
with us and drink, and
Okay.
they're talking shit to each other. Like I can't remember what they were talking shit about, but they're yelling at each other. I sit there, and she comes around to me and she goes, "I'm gonna sit with you because you're cool. Your homie though, I don't know what's up with him." And then so I look at her and I go, "Well, then stop fucking talking to him and maybe he'll be cool just like me." And she's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna kick it here with you."
Well, if you shut your trap.
For real.
So then then they continue to fight, and then finally the owner comes up to me. She's like, "Look, can you guys just leave because you guys are causing all this, whatever."
Had the exact sense.
So then I was like, "All right, fine, let's get the fuck out of here." We go. Mikey gets an Uber. I get outside. Mind you, this is like, I thought this was like 4 blocks away from my house. This is not. It's like way more than that.
Pretty close. Not that.
It's close. But I thought it was going to be a really easy walk.
What's that? What's that street where King Taco's at?
Broadway and Griffin.
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, Broadway and Griffin.
I could have sworn that was a number street. That's a pretty long stretch right there.
So Mikey gets in the Uber and he's like, "Yo, what are you gonna?" And I just start walking off. All right, later, Mike. And then he goes, "Wait, you're not gonna get in the Uber with me? We could share it." And I go, Nah, it's cool. I live like 2 blocks away. And he goes, "All right." He takes off and I just take off walking. Dude, that was the longest fucking walk I've ever had in my life.
I thought you blacked out though.
No, this is what that's what I'm getting to. So
he had no shoes on.
yeah, so I get there. I sit down at this apartment. For some reason I sit there with my phone. Then I walk to my house, and I get my keys out and I put it on the door. And as soon as I put my key in the hole, I fucking wake up on my bed.
Oh my god!
So I blacked out right on my fucking door of my house. And my sister tells me in the morning that I wake up with just that she woke up. She opened the door for me, and I'm just right there standing with my eyes closed, like asleep, standing up with the key, like my hand still on the key, holding onto the door, just asleep, knocked out. Just yeah. And then apparently Peter wakes up in the morning, calls me. He's like, "Dude, what the fuck happened? I don't know what happened."
Okay.
And he said his ankle is fucking like swollen.
Okay.
And he like can't walk on it. And then I hit up Mike, and he told me you couldn't remember shit, right?
No.
Yeah, and that was our story, how we blacked out.
I think I blacked out like maybe five good times.
Blacking out is the worst, dude. It is the absolute worst.
But see, that time I was just happy I blacked out at my door. Because like Fresno, that shit sucked, waking up on the bed and like, what the fuck happened?
So what's the last thing you remember in Fresno before waking up in the hotel?
There's 2 things that because oddly I woke up for the vomiting. So I the last thing I remember saying bye to Mikey's family, or Mikey saying bye to his family, and they taking off. Us getting to the seat, and maybe that spill of the drink and 1 fight, and then that's it. And then I wake up for the vomiting. Just for that, I woke up walking.
You remember that?
Yeah,
vomiting.
Yeah, I remember the vomiting. I remember the vomiting, farting, and you patting me on the back.
All proud.
Yeah,
out of boy.
And then that's it. And then I woke up on the bed.
Yeah, it was quite the weekend. It was fun.
It was fun.
Fresno.
And anyway, that's why we didn't do the podcast.
So that's why we didn't. We were gonna do it after the fight, but Felipe. In fact, I think at one point, when we got back to the hotel, you said like in a drunken daze, you were like, "Are we gonna do the podcast?"
Because I don't want to do it. Or
I'm like, dude, I think you're too fucked up, and you were just like,
good.
I said you were already passed out.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right.
Anyways, so that's our Fresno trip. What are we gonna do next week? Should we preview what we're gonna do
40-yard
next
dash.
40-yard dash.
40-yard challenge.
We are talking about bringing.
That.
What do you think he can do? How fast do you think he could do a 40-yard dash?
How far? Like, what's
How
40
fast?
yards? What's 40 yards?
40 yards. 40 yards.
I know, but like, give me like a comparison.
I don't know the metric system.
Like a block.
Okay.
40 yards.
Okay.
Is 40 yards.
1 yard is 3 feet. So that means that's 120 feet. That's nothing. I think Felipe could do a 40-yard dash in 1 minute. Is that fast?
Nah, that's way too long. Way too long.
Well, that's what he's saying. I could at least do it within a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A professional athlete, a football star, can do. The fastest time could be like 4 or 5
seconds.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Damn.
You slow ass
40
motherfucker.
yards isn't that far.
Okay, how long?
A football field's 100 yards. 40
Right.
yards.
How long do you think? What's your time on 40 yards?
Oh Jesus!
10 seconds?
Specifically, for sure I could do it under 10 seconds.
Under
for
10
sure.
seconds?
Oh, for sure I could do it under 10 seconds.
Even now?
Yeah, for sure. 10 seconds is a long time.
I think the rep could do it in 2.5.
I think you could do it in 7
seconds? I think I could do 6. I think I could do 6. We should make bets. We should make bets.
What kind of bets?
I don't know. Over under.
It's a quick dash. 40 yards isn't too far. Professional.
But how would that translate over a podcast?
That's why we have to do
We
a
have to
video.
do something.
That's
Yeah, we'd have to do video.
Maybe we can just talk about it.
So next week's we're gonna.
And I hope one of us falls in.
You're probably fall.
Yeah, you think? I'll
Felipe
fall?
can't run, dude. If he
Yeah.
could run, he would have ran to the arena.
Huh?
I'll do it with their setup boots on.
Oh yeah, you still have yours, huh? Yeah, we'll do it with our boots on.
You know what was the best when we were in Fresno and you kept talking to those fools, and I kept telling you like, Felipe, stop fucking talking to them, dude. Why? What? They're having a good time. They're my friends. And I go, so I kind of go, Felipe, you're kind of leaning up all on me, bro. Can you kind of lean back and not? And the guy you were talking to, complete stranger,
nice guy,
turns to me and says, "Oh," he goes. He says something along the lines of like, "Oh, He made a comment on the white in my beard and saying that like, "Oh, you know." He's pretty much saying that like you're cooler than me because you don't have any white in your beard, and I have white in my beard. Like,
wait, what?
The guy you were talking to, he made a comment on my beard when I told you, like,
he said you're cooler than me.
He said you're cooler than me. He pretty much called me like a lame ass.
Oh, he said I'm cool because I don't got no white in my beard.
Yeah, and then like, oh, you have. He goes, I don't know. He goes, you have white in your beard. Like, I'm probably
Reverence distinguished.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And then you were like, yeah, totally. Like, you agreed with him. You were like, yeah, dude, shut the fuck up. I was like, son of a bitch. Like take me, God. Like, God, what did I do? What did I do? Just tell me what I did to deserve this.
So they were making fun of your beard.
They were making fun of me. I'm like, Felipe, can you stop talking to these motherfuckers? And you joined right in. Yeah, fuck this dumbass.
Yeah, this guy's lame.
Yeah, look at his. You should see his sideburns. Oh my God. Wanted to throw myself off the fucking balcony, dude. You know how self-conscious I am.
I honestly think that white beard is cool.
I guess.
Let me see.
Well, I don't have. I shaved.
Did you shave it off after? Because you did shave off. You did shave a couple days later.
No, that looks like 2 days shaved or a day shaved.
I said either shave my beard or slit my wrists. Okay, shave my beard.
You shaved yesterday?
I shaved this morning actually. Yeah, that's why it's all bloody and shit.
Oh, looks good.
Yeah, thanks.
I like that blood stain.
Anyways, so are we gonna film next week?
We can, yes.
Okay, so a little preview for our subscribers. Anyone who's listened, who's made it this far. Thanks for sticking with us this long. We're episode 6. Next week, episode 7, we will attempt to film our podcast and put it up so that at least on YouTube you can have an actual visual of us. I don't know who the fuck would want to look at us, but apparently people want to see us do our podcast. So we're gonna attempt to do that for you guys, and also we're gonna have our stuff up pretty soon on Spotify, Apple Music, any audio streaming services. So stay tuned, and thanks everyone for listening, tuning in. Pretty laid back show today. We just kind of went over our trip, fun trip to say the least. I'm sure more things will come up as the shows go on. You know how memory works.
Yeah, we have a lot of trips.
And remember to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell if you want to get those notifications. And yeah, thanks again, guys, for listening. It's always fun doing this for you. Felipe, any final words?
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Everybody who subscribed.
Schmike, any final words? No? Great.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Schmeichel. All right, guys. See you guys next time.
Later.